Welcome back. Welcome back, you jive turkeys. Come here, get more. Thank you all for being with me. Shit, yet. We're gonna see who can tap in, who's willing to tap in, and have a conversation on a Saturday. As you all know, I only deal with the things that are conducive to productivity and longevity, and what I believe that a man can use for himself. I don't need an audience of one. I don't need a lot. An audience of one, 1,000, 10,000. It's all the same to me. I'm grateful for it all. Let me get my very, 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 very interesting topic. Very interesting what's been going on recently. Very, 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 very interesting. And as you all know, I like to always ask myself, what can black men learn from a circumstance, right? So it's always important to me to ask myself, what can a man learn? Truth be told, there's so many things that we say that are not true. A wise man truly learns from the mistakes of others. Don't forget that. Give me that pumpkin. No. No. Here, your attitude is out of whack. Hey, I don't like no bad attitude baby either. No, you don't throw things. Yes. So we'll see who we can get in here to have a conversation, right? About this and what can black men learn? What can black men learn from his misfortune? What can we learn from his misfortune? We'll give it early, so we'll give it several minutes. See who taps in for a conversation. Definitely got one of you jive turkeys. Appreciate you being in here. Today's topic, thank you for being with me. You could be anywhere, but you here with Awesome and the Gizmo. We definitely appreciate you. Today's topic is, where did it go wrong for Dr. Umar, right? Most people want to pile on to Dr. Umar right now because he's fodder right now. He's cannon fodder, and it's easy to get clicks and likes behind it. And, you know, unfortunately, you know, you're always going to have people who want to pile on when you down, right? That's not particularly my thing. You have a lot of places you can go for that. What I'm interested more is, what can we learn, right? What can we take from Dr. Umar's precipitous fall from where the black community once saw him, right? What can we take from that? Shout out where you from. Y'all hit the like button. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for being here. I, like most people, like Dr. Umar when I first heard him, y'all. He was speaking about black masculinity. He was speaking about ownership. And I don't like blacks that talk that integration stuff. It never resonated with me, because how can you integrate with people who don't want to truly integrate with you? And you trying to force yourself on people that don't really that have never had any idea except to keep you under them. That's not truly. I'm looking for a situation where a man can be in control of his own destiny. So if you're not talking about that, then you're not the type of person that I really want to buy into, right? And I remember one of the interviews that he did, y'all, on the Breakfast Club, and we all remember hearing it, and we heard of him in this, that, and the third. Don't be racist, dude. Glad you asked that, Sean. Thank you very much for being here. Sean, let me explain to you something, because I don't think you understand the meaning of words. A black man can never be racist. I'm a black man in America. I don't have the ability to be racist. I have the ability to be prejudiced. I have the ability to absolutely be that. I do not have the ability to be racist. Racism is about access and power, both of which I do not possess, or no other black man possesses in America. Racism was started by Europeans, so I could never truly be racist. So what you should probably do is start checking your internet words and stop just throwing them around arbitrarily. Black people in America can never be racist. We have no ability to control the outcome of anything in this country. Okay, we're still fighting just to be seen as people. Okay, so I could never be racist. So those words don't work over on this channel. Now, what you should do, appreciate the hearts. Now, what you should do is tell the people who have 84% wealth, who tried to keep black people in substandard roles, for them to stop being racist. But don't come over here to a black man who barely has a pot to piss in and a window to throw it out of, and is just trying to survive in a country that has never been beneficial for me, to not be racist, because I'm not racist. Shout out to Phil. Phil says BS. Is what I'm saying unfactual? Deal with that, Phil. I'm not interested. I don't do right or wrong on my channel. I respect you for being here, and I'm always willing to have a conversation. But I don't do feminine reaching out and just, you know, and just being arbitrarily upset because somebody said something you don't like. I don't do that on this channel. Shout out to Chris. I have a philosophy question. There's a negative and a positive in everything. So is doing the bad things the right thing? Well, I guess it depends on your perspective, Chris. It depends on what position you're in. You know what I mean? Here's the thing. What you may do could be wrong for me, but it could be absolutely right for you. Correct? Right? So in the end, I don't believe in right or wrong is the way it's been taught. I believe in here's the truth. I believe in things being what they are. Right? Right or wrong doesn't really resonate with me, especially when I've seen so much in my life, and I've seen how people have benefited from the substandard and subhuman treatment of people that look like me. And people want to talk about right or wrong when they're the ones who benefit. I don't really believe that. Mark Lamont here. No, I'm not a Democrat nor a Republican. I'm just a black man in America with a perspective, and I don't subscribe to any party. And these guys flip flop. I don't flip flop. Shout out to God's blood. It's just to lower your frequency because they lack interest. That agreed. Appreciate you. Yeah, a lot of people do that. They like to play dumb in this country. People like to play dumb. You can't play dumb with me. I'm gonna call you on it. Shout out to Phil. I wasn't saying bullshit to you. I was saying bullshit. My brother. Appreciate you, Phil. Thank you for clearing that up. Nothing to cook cutter. Nothing is cookie cutter. Yes, this is right. We don't do cookie cutter. Shout out to Nina. Appreciate you, sister. Thank you for being here. Nina, hey, nah, sister. Rick. So, assault young kids. Well, I have a daughter. You see this right here, Rick and Waldo. Here's the thing. You have to understand something. When you start trying to use extreme circumstances and things like that, those things don't resonate with me. I'm a black man who takes care of his daughter. She's right here with me. I've had her ever since she was born. What do you think would happen if someone were to attempt to harm my child, or what any man or woman would do if their child was in danger? Okay, so we're not going to be. Let's not try to be simple over here. Let's try to be men, and let's try to have real conversations. The morning show with Drew, aka Laura, correct? Not flip flopping. Thank you, the morning dew, aka Laura. Thank you, morning dew. Yeah, I don't do no flip flopping over here. I'm not scared, and I'm not one of them guys. And if you're new to my channel, then you'll learn that. If you have seen me a couple times, then you know I don't run from nothing. Shout out to Mark McFly. You believe in white privilege? Well, what do you think, Marty? You know what I'm saying? When you have 84% of the wealth in this country, right? And black people who actually built this country, and it was built off the very people who it was. Yes, Pumpkin. My daughter has something to say. Yes, Pumpkin, you agree with Daddy? Yes. When you see the yes, you want me to take it? Thank you. I'll take it. So, and when you put it like this, you look around this country in America, and you tell me that you don't benefit from. I believe you're a white man, right? It's funny how white people like to run from the privilege that they have. It's funny. That's always funny to me, and try to deny it. Yet you benefit from it. And you specifically wish to keep black people in a position that is subservient and under you. I don't roll like that. I don't want to be under any man, and neither should anybody else. Kiss the chopper. Will do, Miss Linda May. Come here, Pumpkin. Miss Linda want me to give you a tissy. Come here, Pumpkin. She want to give you some sugar. Okay, forget you then. She don't want one right now, Miss Linda. That's for Miss Linda. I got an aunt named Linda. My daddy, she passed not too long ago. Linda Dunham. Shout out to my TT Linda. Now, y'all, here's the thing. What I want to discuss about Dr. Umar. Like I said, a lot of people want to pile on to this brother because it's convenient to do that right now. I'm not into that. You know what I mean? We have because it was Diddy. It was Shannon Sharp. There's always, and there's going to be another, and so forth and so on, right? Not particularly interested in that. What I am interested in is black men and what can they learn from the circumstance they find themselves in. Truth be told, y'all, I believe his number one downfall was vanity, hubris. And I think that can happen to any of us, and it has. I was watching The Devil's Advocate the other day, y'all, and it was saying, if y'all are familiar with the movie, one of the things that Al Pacino, who played the devil, I forget his name in the movie, said that vanity is his favorite sin. Why is vanity? Because it's so easy to seep in, right? It's so easy for you to, it's so easy for us to become full of ourselves, right? And you will hear him saying he's the prince of Pan-Africanism. He's basically the man to go to. He's the most intellectual, sought after black speaker in the country. I think a little modesty goes a long way with our people, and I think men, specifically, should learn to be more modest in terms of our approach. I've learned that because I've been humbled so many times, and life has humbled me. Y'all, I remember there was a point in time not too long ago when I was counting $866,000 in cash, right? And also, I remember being homeless, right? Which was just not too long ago, right? So therein lies that. Shout out to I'm Aboriginal Australian and I'm black and we have racism here too. Yeah, you're always going to have racism where you have white people. But here's the thing. I want to say this, Phil. It's not up to them to change your conditions. It's up to you. It's up to you to take a stand and not allow people to dictate the outcome of your life, right? It's up to men to do that, right? Our women will follow as they, you know what I mean, as they should, but it's up to men to take the lead on that. So we cannot ask people to give us something that we are not willing to take. So that's why these things are important. What's up? Good morning, Boston Manny. Good to see you. Oh, Boston, that's a cool name, Boston Manny. I like that. Shout out to Boston Manny. Indeed, great legendary movie. Open the mind. This is facts, Casey. And this is and so a lot of times what I think that when you're dealing in these areas, we have so much. We're so vain. We're so full of ourselves. I know because I've been there myself. You start to accumulate some finances. People start to recognize you. They see you in a certain light. They give you access that other people don't have. And even in my limited world and just the street world, in my environment, I was that particular guy. I would be the guy that would go into the club. I didn't have to get shook down. I would be moving in a certain light, being seen in a certain light, and those things begin to play on your mind. You begin to think that you're more, and what you do is you lose perspective, right? And that's when that's when I believe that we're all most susceptible to being taken advantage of, right? Because you're full of yourself. You're so full of yourself. And why are you so full of yourself? Why? Because you see the world you don't see the world for what it is. You see it for what you want it to be.